There's a must-see show going on at the Pasadena Playhouse right now. It's the true story of a hero and social activist and his fight for freedom for all. Actor Ryan Yu plays more than 37 characters, I believe, right, in this show, and is here now to tell us more about that. You originated the role with East West Players, and here you are again. How do you prepare for a role like this? You're covering 37 different characters.
Well, you kind of live a monk-like life. A lot of solitude. You can't talk to anybody during the day. You have to save your voice. And, you know, for me, it's such an honor. This guy is one of the great, true American heroes, and I never learned about him growing up in school. You know, he was 23 years old when all the Japanese Americans were put into camp, and he was a college student, and he felt it was wrong. 120,000 Japanese Americans go to camp. The entire government is saying, you know, we have to do this because of the war effort, and he says it's wrong. He fights it all the way to the Supreme Court.
He took it all the way to the Supreme Court. We're watching you on stage right now. We're talking about Gordon Hirabayashi, right? And even the playwright who wrote this said she didn't know about the life of this man, and she grew up in a Japanese household, and she studied Japanese history and didn't know about this man.
Yeah, you know, it says something about his own humility, you know, that whenever you would talk to him, he was a very quiet person, but he had the kind of spine that could bend mountains. He was one of these people who didn't say much but accomplished incredible things.
Now, after the play, something that Pasadena Playhouse does a lot is there's a discussion. The audience is allowed to hang around, and there's a discussion that happens afterwards. How's that going?
It's fantastic. I mean, we have people who were actually in the camps, people who have been personally affected by this, lawyers who've studied the cases. And the audience participation has been fantastic. There have been people who have been voicing their opinions, some of them very controversial, and that's one of the best things about this. Everyone gets a chance to talk, and it's a very inclusive place for everyone to kind of let their feelings known.
And for people living here in Southern California, it hits very close to home. One of those camps was here in La Tuna Canyon, which I believe they still have a history sort of display where you can see what went on there.
Yeah, it's incredible that that the government took a group of people who had done nothing wrong and put them in camps simply because of their race. And I feel like there are echoes of that fear in today's political climate. And I just want to say how bold it is for Pasadena Playhouse to do a play like this, and how proud I am of my collaborators, Jessica Kobzanski, the director, Jeannie Sakata, the playwright, for putting everything into this for so many years.
It's a very timely moment for this play. Hold These Truths to be on stage. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Thank you.
All right, for more information about Ryan and Hold These Truths in the Pasadena Playhouse, just go to kcal9.com and click Seen on TV. Sandy?
Yeah, sounds like the start of a good conversation too, right?